face, ghost lines, brake lights, chasing every trace from warm up laps to that last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rag. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. Hey, hey, TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. And stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw our lives. Names on the board, but the story's alive. Turn by turn, we fight to rise. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. Strapped in tight, screen glow on my face, ghost lines, brake lights, chasing every trace from warm up laps to that last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rag. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. Hey, TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. And stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw our lives. Names on the board, but the story's alive. Turn by turn, we fight to rise. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. chasing every trace from warm-up laps to that last white flag. Heartbeat louder than the waving rag. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. Hey, hey, TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time. And stay calm when the back end slides. Tiny mistake can redraw our lives. Names on the board, but the story's alive. Turn by turn, we fight to rise. This is the Formula V trophy. We ride the edge, we ride it clean. TGR Nation in my headset. One more lap to chase the dream. Formula V trophy, hold your nerve and hold the line. TGR Nation, feel it rising. Champions built a 10th at a time.
So it's a 10-minute, 3-lap qualifying, 10 minutes. Big group today, damage is off. Let's have fun.
Good timing, Rob. Good. Hello, everybody, and welcome along to the Formula V Trophy Series. We're down to round 10 of the championship. A big field coming out onto the track for you today, and a very interesting field too. A couple of new faces in there. Let's start off by talking about where we are today. We are at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit. Current temperature 18 degrees, relative humidity 45. It's partly cloudy. There's not much wind around. They're racing on this very, very historic circuit. Don't forget, if you're watching and you want to be involved in the league ID is at the bottom of the graphic that's on your screen at the moment. You can pause that if you want and take down that information. Let's get out on track and find out what's going on, because we have got qualifying underway, and it won't take long for these guys to start putting in some pretty quick times, to be fair. First car that we're following out on track at the moment is Eric Lancheres, who's been doing a fantastic job this season. From those championship points, let's show you how it looks at the moment. Championship sees Eric Lancheres out in front on 552 points. Alexander Bugazrad in 513 in second. Sean Gabinski in third at 467. Then you've got Wright, Cassiano, Gerard, who's one lower than what he wants to be, what his target was at the beginning of the season. Tostes, Maroney in 8th, Daly in 9th, and the go round out the top 10 there. Qualifying, as I mentioned, just getting underway as we speak. Eric Lancheres out on track. Scotty Brooks, Alan DeGarcis back today. David Gerard that we were talking about a few moments ago, there he is, making his way around, just about to start a hot lap for him. 10 minutes of qualifying, and then we've got the races to follow shortly thereafter. Maroney making his way around the track at the moment as well, and using every piece of real estate by the look of it. He's keen to get on with this one. Alex is going to be very, very quick here. Booger's Run will be tough to beat. I mentioned a few new names out there. Well, not new names to the Formula V racing world. This is Chaz Johnson. He's decided to jump in literally at the last minute today. So great to see you out there, Chaz. I hope you enjoy your time. I hope it's a fun one. This is the Formula V Trophy Series, though. Scotty Brooks back out there again today. Christopher Cassiano, we'll see him prominent throughout these races as well. Alan DeGarcis, love his paint scheme. The 12 car, making his way around the track. Russell Daly as well. He's in the 7. Oh, gee, we've timed into you. Sorry, Russell. That's our fault. Commentators curse and all that stuff. Todd Wakefield, who had a blinder of a round at the previous outing. Ed Snyder back again, great to see. We caught up with him last week. And of course, the man who puts all of this together, Robbie Wright. So waiting for these qualifying times to come up on screen. See who's going to be quickest out there to begin with. So Scott Brooks posts the first time. Alan DeGarcis knocks him off the perch pretty much straight away. Rodrigo's going to cross the line. Where does he go? Up into third. Eric Legault and Nathan Maroney, fourth and fifth respectively. We expect those times to come down a little bit further than that. So we'll see how it plays out. There's Eric Lancheres. He's crossed the line. He's got a 1:44.23. Now, that's more like it. Robbie Wright's had a blinder. He's back down there in pit lane. Chase, where's he? Finds himself in third spot at the moment. 1:44.29, so right on the pace straight away. Knocking Chris Cassiano down. Ed Schneider, good performance from him. Up into fifth, then DeGarcis, Scotty Brooks, Kabinski, Todd Wakefield, Tostez, Legault, and Maroney towards the back of the pack. Nathan Maroney will want to get a wriggle on. He wants to be a part of this fight, and I know he wants to be a part of this fight. It's an absolute certainty that he wants to be a part of this fight. That's what he lives for. So cars back out on track again, ready to go for their second lap. 5.5 minutes, or just under 5.5 minutes left to go in this qualifying. Robbie Wright cruising around. Alexander hasn't come back out. Boogers Rudd yet to clock up a time. You know, it won't take him long. Maroney making his way around. Eric Legault. I think Eric's starting a flying lap. I think he's the first to be on his second flying lap. Samuel Bordelot, a new name to me, just crossing the line at the moment. Where's he found himself? In 15th spot at the moment, the 16 car. Continues on his way. Eric Lancheres just starting his flying lap. Now, Christian Flagg does look like he's on a flying lap. He's yet to qualify, yet to post a time, Christian. Super quick driver. Let's see what he can do. Good second sector. Clocks it into the purple. Green in all other sectors. So what sort of time does he post? 7 minutes of qualifying gone. Eric Legault back in pit lane. Christian straight to the top of the pop. Told you this boy was quick. 1:44.08 sets the new benchmark. Now Russell Daly is going to improve on his time as well. Goes straight up into second. Good performance, 1:44.1 for him. So pressure on the fast guys. Maroney bows out of it. 15th fastest for Maroney. That'll be a disappointment for him. Rodrigo Tostez is going to be 13th quickest. And who else have we got on track at the moment? Don't see too many. Here's Eric. That's right on board with him. What can he do? Can he take this pole position? Currently sits in 4th spot. You know, Eric will be trying. A hard campaign of the Canadian. Comes down to the strike. Lancheras is quick in the first 2-3 sectors. Does he improve straight to the top? 143.7. 143.7 for him. Now, I'm not sure what's happening with the Burger Boy. Alexander Bugersrud hasn't come out and qualified. Has yet to come out and qualify, and time is ticking away. So whether he's going for a rear of grid or what, I don't know. No cars out on track at the moment. Time is ticking down. Says Russell Daly is out there. There he is. He comes down across the line. Improves his time, but doesn't improve his position. A 144.19 for him. Chase. He's completed his last lap. Will start in 7th spot. Now, Alan DeGarcis is out there. Let's see what Alan can do. He's on a flyer. Hasn't improved out of the first sector. Goes down underneath the bridge. Time, he's going to run out of time here. He is going to run out of time. There it is. So they will come out and start to take their grid positions for the running of the first race. Let's check the grids for you. Eric Lancheras will start out of pole position. Robbie Wright. Robbie Wright alongside Christian Flagg, Russell Daly, Christopher Cassiano, Ed Schneider, Chase Johnson, Todd Wakefield up into 8th. Good performance from him. The slow wobbler racing.
We're throwing a protest right now.
Sean Gabinski out of 9th. Grid. David Gerard, Eric Legault and Scotty Brooks round out the 10 in that qualifying session. So that's the way they're going to line up. Okay, time to get set for the race.
Alex, jump on the grid, man. Jump on, jump on.
So Alexander is going to start way back in the pack.
Try to see if I can give Alex some time here.
Sounds like he might have some problems.
He's still loading. It just said he connected.
Yeah, he's had technical issues. You can hear the conversation going on in the background that Alex is unable to load up. So a small delay in getting this race underway as they wait for Alex to jump in. Tell you what, it'd be dynamite from the rear of the grid. Be looking forward to this. See what he can do. Still hasn't been able to log on. Chris Cassiano still to come out. Chase has just joined the pack. Nathan Maroney. There's Nathan. The grid is set. I think Alex is out there. Let's confirm. Yes, he is. So keep a close eye on him. This is Heat 1. The revs start to build. Eric Lancheras on pole, gets away nice and cleanly, and round 10 is underway here at Brands Hatch. It's going to lead them down towards turn 1. Robbie Wright goes straight into 2nd. Let's look further back in the pack to see if they get through cleanly. The 77 car right in the middle of this tense battle at the opening lap, further back in the pack. So far, so good, all clean. Bugersrud has already made up a couple of positions, but he's got a long way to go to try and catch up to this man. Eric Lancheras leading them away at the start of this race, and already he's given himself a little bit of a gap. Managed to pull out, nearly a second, 0.8 of a second. That's massive in V terms, as Bugersrud completes another overtake as he charges his way forward up behind Scott Brooks at the moment. Can he dispense of Scotty Brooks? He's going to try. He tried for the switchback there, but it didn't quite come off. Scott was awake to it. Oh, contact between those two. Was it Russell Daly and Scott Brooks that had contact? You saw it. Now, coming up to the final group of turns is Eric Lancheres. Rob Wright still in the slipstream, so he's in there with a chance. Chase Johnson riding with him at the moment, out of 5th spot. That's the view he has in front of him. Christopher Cassiano in front, then Christian Flagg, Robbie Wright and Eric Lancheres, who they're closing in on down the straight. Nice and clean through turn 1. Tyre temperatures starting to come up, although a couple of them did look a bit squirmy. Now Maroney's had an off track. Let's see if he was given a bit of a hand. Yes, bit of contact there. Bit of contact. So that's the state of play. He'll be disappointed with that. And more contact. More contact. Not his day. Here's what's happening up front. Now, let's keep an eye on Alexander Boogersrud, who's up behind Alan DeGarcis. Looks to the outside. Let's see what he can do. Racing for Nathan's Ghosts. Long story. Gets past, does it cleanly. He is still in this with a chance, I think. Eric Lancheres pushing very hard. You saw as we rejoined him. Had the off track. And Samuels had some issues. He's got big damage there. Look at the front wheel of his car. He's going to have to tow back. He'll be gutted. He'll be gutted. Having his debut run in the Formula V Trophy Series, a 1.7k driver. Always going to be tough to compete against the 6.4s. Don't worry, Sam. I know what it's like. And Cassiano has a big moment.
Rob in.
Oh, problems. Rob Wright goes to the outside. Christian to the inside. They're almost touched. Christian Flagg and Eric Lancheres almost have a coming together. There's nothing. 3 wide between these guys. Come on. Wow. Christian Flagg wanted the race lead and he had to do it using the elbows. Clean racing though. Got squeezed a little bit by Eric in turn 1. But when Eric saw he was there, gave him the room in the end, and he scooted away. He's taken out
Battle, Eric. Let's just follow them.
a 0.7 second gap. There's David Gerard, the pit bids pilot, saying, don't battle me. Let's see if we can follow them and catch up and try and stay with Alexander. Alex has moved his way up into 9th spot. Back up front though. Here's the battle. And it's a great one, particularly for second. Chase Johnson making his presence felt.
Chris, I'm hanging on for dear life here.
Todd Wakefield saying he's hanging on for dear life.
Let's go get him, Todd.
Say to Chris, go for it. I know that problem well. Robbie Wright, side by side with Lancheres. Lancheres off the track. You saw how it transpired. Oh boy, Lancheres that was leading this race now finds himself back there in 5th. Make that. Oh, I was about to say 6th. I thought Sean Gabinski was going to have a look up the inside there, but elected not to. Elected to sit back. The degenerate motorsport entry. I love it, Sean. I love it. Tries for the switchback. Does he get it working? He's under pressure. Cassiano's come into the fight. Cassiano wants a piece. He's on the outside. What can Gabinski do? Holds his line, but he's going to be on the outside for the next left-hander. And Cassiano gains a spot, goes forward. He's following Eric Lancheres through. Your race leader, Christian Flagg, I beg your pardon, leading the way. Chase Johnson going with him. The 2 car plays the 4 car. at the moment. Very similar colour schemes, these two. Apollo Racing's
I like it.
Christian Flag leading the way. Lots of chat going on today. Lots of chat going on today. Now, Sam, unfortunately, is in 19th spot after his trip into pit lane. And he's 27 seconds down the track, so he should be safe. As this gaggle of cars battling out the top 5 positions at the moment make their way around to complete another lap, approaching a half race distance in this one. Good morning to you wherever you are. Please like and subscribe. Very much appreciated if you could. It'll help grow Formula V racing. Now another battle. Chase goes to the inside. Gets the overtaking manoeuvre done. Puts in a quick lap too. A 1:43.5 that time around. Christian not done with yet. He wants that position back. Robbie Wright holds down third. Then we go back to Eric Lancheres. Behind Lancheres, Ed Snyder. Great to see him up into the top 5. He's having a blinder. 2.3k driver up there mixing it with some of the world's best. The 77 car doing himself very proud at the moment. Now, here's the interesting part. Cassiano
Hey there, Nathan.
and Alex Buggersrud are closing them in. Nathan
What are you doing back here?
and Todd having a chat, enjoying themselves.
Kiwi.
Craziness. Here's the battle back up front. Christian Flag.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Sits in second spot and he's being monstered at the moment. Eric Lancheres, keen to get on with this, you can see by the attitude of the car. He wants past. He's getting nice slipstream as well. Robbie Wright there in the mix. In fourth spot, as always, is Robbie. Very consistent campaigner. Ed Snyder in the background has a small off track. Cassiano gets past Ed Schneider as a result. So he's fallen off the back of this pack now. Up front, it's on. Christian Flag goes through to pick up the race lead again. So the 02 car holds the lead for a brief moment and then is overtaken by Chaz in the 4. And Eric Lancheres runs side by side with Christian Flag. Can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done. But a great dice between these guys. Lancheres sticks it up the inside, holds the line. Christian goes for the switchback though. Not done with yet. Let's fight, he says. Tries to get the slipstream from Johnson. Who's going to have it down into the right-hander? Lancheres on the inside. Christian tries to stay on the outside. They get very close to touching. All fair, though. All fair.
Leave room, guys.
Robbie saying, leave room, guys. He's sitting back watching it all. That's what he saw. Is the administrator of the Formula V Trophy Series. Good thanks to TGR Nation. About to come around and complete another lap. Time is ticking away. And he is surprised to see this man, Buggersrud, up into the battle from the rear of the field after having sim issues coming into this one. He's right up behind Robbie Wright at the moment. Is he going to have a go up into turn 1? Robbie protecting the inside line. Alex tries for the switchback, gets it done. Doesn't get much of an overlap though, but he's going to have the inside line coming up into the braking area. Sticks it down the inside. Cassiano sitting in there. He gets a run on Robbie Wright as well. He's going to try and get round the outside. No, door shut. And Snyder back in the fight again. having a go at Christopher Cassiano as Robbie Wright is under pressure again. Cassiano gets past him. Moves one spot forward. Snyder, right, involved in the battle in no small way. Here's our race leader, the newcomer to the Trophy Series. As I said, just signed up literally 5 minutes before the race got underway. He's a long-time campaigner in Formula V's, though. Races very consistently in the World Championship. I've watched him on many occasions. Love his driving style, love his enthusiasm, and I love that he's now racing here in the Trophy Series today. Sits there patiently behind Lancheres, gives him a little bit of a bump. No harm, no foul there. As we get dangerously close to the end of this race. So, Ed Schneider sitting back watching this gaggle of cars. Talk about punching above your weight, Ed. Whatever happens from here on mate, you've done a fantastic job. Really, really good. He's got himself between a 3.2, a 4.4, a 3.0 and a 4.7. The two in front and the two behind. That's punching above your weight. Now wants to have a go at Robbie Wright. Sticks it down the inside. Robbie gives him the space, but he's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Up front, Alexander Bogersrud goes through to take the race lead from Eric Lancheres. This battle is on now. The battle for the lead from the rear of the grid for Alexander. The 111 car is now battling for the race lead. What a commanding drive. Lancheres probably thought, hey, this is great. Alex is at the back. I've got half a chance here of just having a quiet race. But Christian Flagg, Robbie Wright and Chaz Johnson made sure that was not the case. And because of those battles, look at that. How close can you get without making contact? Still side by side. Christian Flagg with his nose just in front, runs a little bit wide. That's going to compromise him with some time. Brings Alexander into the fight, thinks about making a 3 wide. Backs up and taps and literally goes backwards into Chaz Johnson. His momentum was broken because he had to get out of it. Now Christian trying for a run. This is getting intense. Christopher Cassiano not done with yet. Here goes Alex down the inside of Christian Flagg. Moves up into second. Cassiano wants to follow. Lancheres slams the door on Alex. And you heard the comment. Oh, white flag is out. One more lap to go in Heat 1. Only half points up for grabs, but you'd be forgiven for thinking it's a cattle station. Who's going to take this one out? Lancheres leads the way. Cassiano and a gaggle of very hungry pit bulls are sitting right behind him at the moment. Cassiano in second spot with the best opportunity. They're throwing it at Eric Lancheres. Cassiano up the inside. Tries to hold the inside line. Lancheres gets the momentum and the run on the outside through that turn. There's the gap. Nothing between them. Alexander sitting back there in fourth. Now, is he going to bump draft Lancheres? Looks like he's bump drafting him. Didn't expect to see that. Couple more turns to go before the checkered flag comes out to complete Heat 1. Alan DeGarcis has had a big crash in the background. Oh, yes, big damage there. Let's have a quick look at it. That looks like they got locked together. Oh, ugly. Let's get back to the race lead because we're on the final lap. Lancheres with a bit of a gap at the moment. Christian and Alex doing battle in the background for third spot. Onto the start-finish straight he comes. The checkered flag is at the ready. Alex gets tagged out. He's fallen back through the pack. Cassiano having a dive at the line but won't get there. It's going to be Lancheres over Cassiano, Christian Flagg, Johnson, Gabinski, Snyder, Bogersrud in seventh spot from the rear of the grid. David Gerard Legault, and then Rodrigo Tostes rounding out the field.
If you're looking for something faster and more exciting than the regular V races, join the Formula V Trophy Series. We race at 7 tracks you won't see on the iRacing schedule, including Sebring, Imola, Interlagos, Brands Hatch, Suzuka, and 2 ovals. So you're going to get a lot of racing you won't get on the regular schedule. We run heat races, 15 minutes each race. We run Sunday nights, 7 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. Come join the fun. We'll see you there.
Yeah, listen to what George says. It's definitely worth coming out to play. Definitely worth coming out to play. There's the results confirming exactly what's transpired. 45 seconds to go before we go racing. If you've just joined us, we are here at Brands Hatch. The temperature is now 18 degrees, so it's gone up a little bit. Humidity remains the same. It's a 3.8 kilometre circuit. A lot of fun to come and race at. Let's take a look at your grid for the feature race on the program. Eric Lancheres will start from pole position. He's out there on the grid and waiting to go. Christopher Cassiano, Christian Flagg, Chase Johnson, Sean Gabinski, Ed Schneider. Then you've got Alex Bugersrud, David Gerard, the Pit Bids pilot. Don't forget to check out his YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Eric Legault, Rodrigo Tostes, Robbie Wright, and Russell Daly round out the top 10. We are standing by to go racing. The lights coming on. Lancheres off pole position. This is the feature race. Lights go out and they light up the turf here at Brands Hatch. A great start from Lancheres again. Gets a little bit of a jump. Christopher Cassiano slots himself into second, Flagg into fourth. Now, did we all make it through? I think Russell Daly just got monstered out of a position there. And Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson's had an issue. Let's go back and see what transpired with that. Was up behind the 04 car. He looked to the inside. Just locked up a brake. Easy done. I'm not gonna put too hard a curse on that because I did it a couple of times myself last week. So Eric Lancheres leading the way over Christopher Cassiano, Christian Flagg.
Sorry about that.
Gabinski, you heard what he said. He had that off track as well. Alex back there in fourth spot at the moment. David Gerard starting to find his way forward, starting to find a bit of momentum. As I mentioned, he has a YouTube channel by the name of Pit Bits. Link in the description down below. And he generally puts about a day after these races have been run, his POV up on that YouTube so you can watch it from multiple angles. Speaking of which, Alex Bugersrud taking a wide line on the exit of that turn. Christian Flagg in the fight again. Cassiano battling for the race lead. They're going to make it 3 wide as they come up the straight. Oh, a bit of hip and shoulder taking place there. More reactionary than aggression. As the lap goes down, 1:49.40 for Lancheres on the opening lap. Christian runs a little bit wide, gets it out into the dirt. Cassiano under pressure now. He was balked slightly, and right behind him, a great little fight going on. David Gerard attacking Ed Schneider. Gerard's got his nose in front. Robbie Wright in behind that. Then Eric Legault. So David Gerard starting to find some momentum. He's a bomb, and we're at Brands Hatch, so I'm expecting big things out of him. No pressure, David. No pressure. Now, where is Maroney? He's further down the pack here at the moment in a 16th spot. And speaking of YouTubers, Aussie Simmer, the link is in the description below for him as well. Go and check it out. Not just iRacing, but Farming Simulator 23. The man's a dev. He's got a distribution Relux mod, which is absolutely outstanding. I play the game too. I love it. Lancheres leading the way. Alexander Bugersrud, who's had a disappointing start. has found himself up there in second at the moment, and it's got a great run. Big dramas in the background. There is a crash. Eric Legault and Rodrigo Tosdes and Robbie Wright all involved in that. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. Riding on board with Rodrigo, just loops it round, and yep, there was carnage. And oh gee, there's quite a few cars involved, wasn't there? Oh, ugliness. Lots of cars involved, so let's run through them. Nathan Maroney was clear. Russell Daly holds down 11th. Then we go back to Thomas Tucker in behind him. Then Robbie Wright, who was involved in that. Samuel, who's back out there and working his way forward. We go to Sean. Rodrigo was caught up in that. Eric was caught up in that. And Brian as well. So difficult times. Back up front. Oh, more going on. Somebody has had a huge off. Was that... I was scanning down through my list. I think it might have been Eric. Let's go back and take a look. No, that's from further back, so ignore that. It didn't come up, so it come up as an off track. Yeah, it was Alex Buggersrud. I knew it was worth continuing to chase. We got there eventually. It came up as just an off track, but he's lost a mountain of ground back there in 10th spot at the moment. Eric Lancheres maintaining the race lead. Christian Flagg wants a piece of it. Christopher Cassiano sitting back there in third. He gets a run on Christian Flagg now. In behind him, David Gerard and Ed Snyder have managed to stay out of trouble and work their way forward. Big off track for Christian Flagg. That gives David Gerard a big run. He moves up into third. Ed Snyder follows him through. Can he hold it down? Yes, he can. Now, David will just be hoping that Ed doesn't fight with him and they can close in on the gap for the race lead. But I don't think that's so much of an attack. Christian Flagg has made a mistake. You don't see that very often. He's looped it round as he tried to dive up the inside of Ed Schneider. The 2.3k driver that's up there mixing it with these guys is absolutely sensational. And they've got breathing space now over Alan DeGarcis. Oh, David Gerard's lost it, and he's taken Ed Schneider out in the process just as we came to them, and his car's still bouncing up and down. It's on its roof. Just got onto the ripple strip, and the car snapped. Cassiano now going at Eric Lancheres. On the outside of him at the moment as these two battle out position. Lancheres maintaining this gap, and look, nothing in the revision mirror. 4 seconds back to Alan DeGarcis, who's stayed out of trouble and making his way forward. Christian Flagg's on a recovery drive though, and I dare say he'll be having a big attack, a huge attack at Alan DeGarcis for third spot. So much quicker through that left-hander. Don't know how he's finding that. Battle on for the race lead. Lancheres maintains it. Cassiano wants it. So Chris, keeping this race alive. The lone protagonist left. Many have come, they've tried, and they've failed. You can see by the gap behind Chris Cassiano, who thought about a run around the outside. Now Alexander's come back with vengeance. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race. And you can see positions up ahead. That will be like waving a red flag to a bull. Battle up front still on in earnest. Now Scott Brooks is up behind Alan DeGarcis as well. Scott having a great run. Another one that's kept himself out of trouble. Finds himself in 4th spot. And will be keen to get past if he can, as our race leader continues this 2-horse war. Christopher Cassiano wanting a piece of it. At least wanting him to slow down a little bit so that potentially the guys behind can catch up and then give him more of a chance of getting an overtaking manoeuvre done. Because at the moment, it looks like he's got a little bit more speed, but that could well be just slipstream. DeGarcis with Scotty Brooks all over the back of him. Christian Flagg's fallen off that battle. Alex Bugersrud makes his way up into 6th spot after spinning on his own and closing in very, very quickly. And look who's following him. Look who's following him. Chaz is sitting right in his tail in 7th spot, biding his time, thinking, okay, if you're quick, let's see it, and I'll just follow you through. That's what V Racing is all about, and this man knows it very well. This is not his first barbecue, but I bet he's enjoying the meat patties. Gets a run down the inside. Can he make it work on Christian Flagg? No. Flagg in the 02 car. Tucks in behind. Alex, and I think is getting keen to try and get a bit of a run back. Now this will be interesting. We've got a straight coming up here. Chaz takes a tighter line through there. Gets a good run. The slipstream's helping as well. I felt like he might have lifted there. Yeah, he's lifting. He's prepared to sit back and wait. Now Scotty Brooks having a go at Alan DeGarcis as well. So these guys fighting it out. The 3rd spot, they'd be smarter just to stay nose to tail, but I think Scotty feels that he's got more pace and wants to run while he can. Here we go. Cassiano gets up the inside. Now he's on the outside into the next turn. Tries to hold the line. He does so. Christopher Cassiano trying to take the lead in this race, and he's sitting in a beautiful position to do it. Turns in onto the start-finish straight. 10 minutes down to this 15-minute race. Eric's got a great run out of the corner, though. Lancheres goes to the outside, but he's going to have to do it the hard way. He's got his nose in front. They're side by side, almost rubbing wheels. Cassiano holds the spot. Only a tally-ho paper between the two. Now Scotty Brooks having a go. Big action back in the pack. Alex Bugersrud down the inside. Oh, unfortunately, there's been contact between DeGarcis. Oh, he just run a little bit wide. I don't know if he saw it, didn't realise that Alex was going to stick it up the inside, because he's always going to stick it up the inside, and contacted with Scotty Brooks. They've fallen back to 8th and 9th respectively. Now Lancheres taking it personally. He wants his race lead back. Cassiano says, well, you got to work for it. And that is allowing Alex, who's had the off track, to work his way forward. Cassiano starting to get the elbows out. Love it. Absolutely love it. Still side by side. And the chasing pack are closing in. 2.4 seconds behind. We'll keep a close eye on it. 2.3. So they're losing about a tenth per turn. And I'm absolutely positive this is part of Christopher Cassiano's plan. Eric, very late under brakes there. Gets that first position back. Now that's going to be vital. Let's go back to Chaz and watch from his perspective. These guys playing the waiting game. Christian Flagg sees Alex run wide, so he'll take over what will effectively be a 3rd spot. Chase follows him through. Alex wants to stay behind Christian, so Chase backs out of it. They're not really battling, to be fair. They're playing the game. Now Alex wants to get past Christian, believes he's quicker. Gets it done. Runs a little bit wide, but that's costing them some time. They need some more fighting from these guys up front to bridge that gap. It's 2.1 seconds at the moment, so it is still coming down. But while they squabble for those minor positions, they're wasting valuable time, and it is ticking away. 2 minutes left of this race. So this time around, they'll potentially get the white flag. So they need to get on with it. Still sitting around that 2-second gap to our race leader, Eric Lancheres. Needs some quick laps from Alexander. 1:43.55, his fastest. Super lap from him. And now has got the gap down under 2 seconds, 1.8. Christian will be awake to that. Christian Flag will be awake to that. Let them go. This is what he needs. Cassiano to put on a bit of a battle. But Eric Lancheres, you can't take anything away from the guy. He's as tough a campaigner as they come. And he is mega quick. Mega quick. 6.4K driver that loves to lead races. So often in V's you'll see people do the right thing because that's what V racing's all about. Sit in behind, then have a lunge. But Eric just wants to lead all the way. White flags out. The gap back to Alex is 1.3, so they're almost in the slip. They use every piece of real estate. Cassiano trying to make a fight of it. Goes for the switchback. This is allowing Alex and co. to get up onto the battle. Almost in the slipstream. They are now. But as time run out, the gap 0.9 of a second. Cassiano battling with Lancheres up in front. Boogers, Rudd, Flag and Johnson closing the gap on the final lap. Time ticking away and the corners are diminishing. There's not going to be many left. Lancheres holds the lead at the moment. Here comes Cassiano to the outside. Tries to get his nose in front. Does at one point, but can't maintain the position. Still side by side, bringing the guys behind into the fight, but it's going to be all too late, I dare say. Eric Lancheres has got the mountain of pressure from Christopher Cassiano. Those two have been at it since the green flag started waving. And they're going to make every post a winner here. Down through the left-hander they go. One more turn to go. Cassiano right up behind him, goes to the outside. Eric starts to drift across the track to protect his line. There's contact. Cassiano's off into the boondocks. Eric Lancheres is slow out of the corner. I think he's still going to get the checkered flag, but Alexander Boogersrud has got a run on him. Checkered flag comes out. Alex dives but doesn't get it.
What was that?
Eric Lancheres takes the win. Alexander Boogersrud in second. Christian Flag in third. Chase Johnson in fourth. Christopher Cassiano fifth. Alan DeGarcis in sixth. And Nathan Maroney, Russell Daly, Scott Brooks, and Robbie Wright.
First lap, guys, I was not thinking of cold tires, and I just freaking slid through. Sorry about that.
Now, Christopher Cassiano went off track. Let's watch it again. Wow, let me just take that back. And big damage there too.
I'm just going to blame whoever forced me inside.
So, you be the judge. Let me know who you think's at fault there. I think it's a pretty much an open and shut case. Chris is not happy about it and has fair claim. Definitely not a car with left on the outside. And gets thumped into the wall. So there you have it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's check the official results. Here's the way they finished at the end of the feature race. Lancheres with the victory by 0.03 of a second over Alex Boogersrud, Christian Flag, Chase Johnson, Christopher Cassiano, Alan DeGarcis, Nathan Maroney, Russell Daly, Scotty Brooks and Robbie Wright round out the 10. Oh, it was always going to be entertaining, and it turned out that way. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Hi, David here. I just wanted to say, if you're watching Grant Boyden Racing and wanted to see the driver's eye view for some of his commentaries, then hop along to my channel, BitBits. Definitely in the battle here, aren't we?
0.77.
And you can see all the mistakes and all the issues that Grant keeps picking me up on. Grant Boyden is the best commentator I know. I only know one commentator.
I still laugh when I see that. Well done, David. Link in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, particularly like if you got any views on any of the incidents you've seen out on track. Don't be scared. Whack them in the description and the comments down below. Give me your thoughts. It'd be a lot of fun to have those sort of conversations with you. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. We'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Bye for now.
Strapped in tight, screen glow on my face, goes the lines, brake lights, chasing it.